Hello everyone, and welcome to the next mini tutorial here on Ducttapestuff. And in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the web credit card holders that I showed in my third collections video. It was really popular when I first showed these card holders, and I thought I would make the tutorial on it. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Alright, so your first step is that you're going to get a wallet, and you want to make sure that you're able to put the web credit card holder into the wallet that you have. So to do that, you're just going to take your credit card, you're going to put it on one of the sides, and you want to have about 1/4 of an inch room here on the left side, for example here. So position the card so that it's about 1/4 of an inch from the end there, and you want to have just a little bit of room before the crease here. You really don't need much, but that'll make sure that when you close the wallet, it won't get tangled up on this credit card here. So just enough, about 1/4 of an inch here, and the sides, the top and the bottom are fine. And you want just a little bit of room so that it can close. If you have those two things, then you should be able to put the web credit card holder in your wallet. So that's your first step. Okay, your second step is you're going to cut out 4 strips of tape that are 3.5 inches long each, and you're going to stick them together just like so. First two directly on top of each other. Now I'm using white duct tape for this mini tutorial, but you can use any color you want. Take your third one, you're going to bring your wallet around here, line up the top of the wallet with the top of the 2 sheets you stuck together, and then they'll tell you just how much to overlap here on the bottom so that it lines up with the length and width of the wallet. So take your 4th strip and cover up the rest of the sticky side on the sheet here. So you come over here, it should be able to cover up on all sides and come just a little bit before the crease here on this part of the wallet. So that's perfect, that's exactly what you want. Now for this part it gets really tricky. Now this is the part where we're actually going to mark on the sheet here how we want our web to turn out. So if you look right here, I marked a small circle dead center in the middle of the sheet here, and as you notice I left little gaps in the circle, and those gaps are going to be where the lines of the web are going to travel out. So like right here, this gap up here is going to be where this line on the web credit card holder goes out. So you want to leave those gaps where you want the lines to go out from there. So once you mark that down, you're going to come up with, you're going to connect one of those segments there, and you're going to come up in kind of a triangle direction. I'll zoom in just a second so you see what I'm doing. And you're just going to draw these triangles on the actual sheet of tape, just like this. So you can see what they look like. So I just came up, like for example this one here, I came up at an angle, went straight across, and then came back down, and then you're going to do it for the 4 things, just all the way around. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep doing that. So for example, remember that this is the line that's going to travel up. So what I'm going to do, make it a little bit easier on myself, I'm going to make these segments here, just like this. So make these lines travel up like this, and this will make it a little bit easier for you when you start doing this. So now what you do is you connect these 2 segments directly across from each other, just like this. The top one with the top one, and the bottom with the bottom one. I'll zoom in again so you can see that. So basically what you do eventually is you're going to keep doing this all the way around, as going out in all directions until you mark this entire sheet. So do that now. It's probably going to take you a little while, so spend the time and do it right. Okay, so this is more or less what it's going to look like after you're pretty much all done marking, and you'll notice that there's probably a lot more pieces in this spiderweb credit card holder than this one here. If you want to do this one like right here, all you do is the exact same thing, except you just make the segments bigger. Like here I made a whole bunch of little segments, and on this one the segments are much bigger, so you just draw them and space them out differently. Also, if you'll notice here on the side here, that these tendrils are kind of small, like on here on the sides, so these are kind of large here. So to fix that, what you can do is you can just mark some of the segments into that main area right there. Just expand them just a little bit, and then that'll cut down on the size of that. All you can do is just do that wherever you want to, and then that'll make that channel smaller. So if they're a little uncoordinated around the circle, you can just apply those and mark it the way you want to. So the next step is we're going to cut all these pieces out. That's the next step. Okay, so you take your X-Acto knife, you put it on a surface, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut out each one of these individual little segments and what you'll be left with is a spider web just like this. So take the time now, just work your way into every single little piece. It's going to take you a little while. It definitely took me a little while to do this one here, so make sure you cut out each one of those individual pieces, and then once you're done, we're just going to take off the rest of that pen, and you'll look like this. So that's what we're going to do now. So take the time and cut out all those little pieces. Okay, so this is what it should look like after you cut out all the little holes, and I trimmed a little bit on the edges just to make it look a little more square-like, which is what it would look like when you started off. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to your wallet, make sure it's lined up there, and you're going to cut out strips that are the same size as the holder here, and it's probably a little less than 3.25 inches. That's what we did earlier, because it's depending on how much you trimmed. And you're going to peel it up and stick it back down the back like that. So that's for the bottom piece, and you can also move that down a little bit just so that as that's connected, that'll keep it on. And this is all the one for the top here, so connect that just a little bit, and then you're gonna have to fold this one actually back down into the actual billfold here. It would usually take me a little bit of maneuvering to get that in, but I'm just going to stick it down to give you an idea. And then you're going to come over to the last side here and just stick a little bit on this side, and then you're going to wrap it around and stick it down just like that. So that's more or less what it looks like. I overlapped a lot here on the sides, a lot more than I did on this one, so you can really play around with it, and you can get really close in here, just enough that it holds the card holder in there, but it also doesn't really interfere with too much with the web. So that's the web credit card holder, and now this wallet has 2 of them. So that's how it works, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Now, take care.